Bubala, you have asked me how to get rid of the mind. I say to you, it is a mystery. If at all there is something one has to understand on this planet Earth as a being, that is this, that how to get rid of the mind. But in language we can say that, but in reality there is no getting rid of the mind. That is impossible. You cannot get rid of the mind. But the weight it carries, the prejudice it carries, the stress it carries, disappears. Then mind becomes feather-like. That is a kind of getting rid of the mind. So let me elaborate. Whenever we experience something in its totality, eventually we lose interest in it. That is one kind of getting rid of the mind. But how to understand the mind in its totality? And we all know that mind simply means bunch of thoughts, ideas, ideals, propagandas, agendas. Recognize all of them are thoughts and images. So the first step to neutralize the thoughts or reduce the intensity of the thoughts recognize and realize that all thoughts are equal. There is no special thought, there is no significant thought which you give a special importance to it, which you attribute a certain philosophy to it. So make sure that no thought consistently stay in the mind for so long. Let the thoughts come and go. For that you have to keep all the doors of the mind absolutely open. The prejudiced person opens only one door of the mind, and rest of the area is closed with bricks. So if at all he has to go out, for him there is only one way out. But when enlightenment occurs, many doors will be opened. What is door really implies? Since we are living on this planet Earth, we have to be associated with many kinds of works which intrigues us, where we have some inclinations, curiosities. For example, a person has special interest in the music. He opens that door properly. If at all he has to speak, if at all he has to have a dialogue, there is the only door left by him. That is not the right way. Whatsoever actions you perform day long, make sure that all doors should be open for each action you perform. When you play violin, keep the door open and also keep other doors open. When you put the violin down, you turn yourself towards another door, maybe culinary arts. Then you just become the chef and experience the art of culinary. Try to create so many dishes, learn, understand, discuss, have a dialogue with people who has tremendous understanding about that particular region. When that is done, you open another door of the painting, you turn yourself towards that particular door and paint. Then keep one door open for yoga and keep one door open for reading, one door open for romance, one door open for gossiping. So keep on opening the doors. Then by and by you become an open mind. By and by all prejudices will disappear from your mind. By and by you realize that all doors have equal importance and significance, which have been playing a vital role in enriching of your life. If this happens, eventually many other things starts happening on its own account. What are they? So all these aspects, all these doors melt and merge. While cooking, you may listen to music. While painting, you may have some food. While gossiping, you may discuss all the aspects of life, music, literature, dance, culinary arts, yoga, gardening, this and that. So you experience all the aspects of life at one time. Like a tree, at the very moment it blossoms, its branches grow, its leaves grow, few leaves fall. All these things will happen at one time. In the same way, your being starts blossoming in all dimensions at one time. If this happens, there is no place for prejudice. When many doors opened, when you keep on discovering new doors, and you allow those doors to open without any prejudice and fear and hesitation, by and by, only the floor and the roof remains. Between the roof and the floor, it is just one door. The wall which divides two doors also disappears, because door after door after door after door, eventually all walls will collapse. Then the true magic happens, Bubala. If that happens, it may happen to anyone on planet Earth. He is the blessed one. That happened to me, so I am saying it to you. Not as a philosophy, but as an experience. Then what happens? Initially, for a person, one action is important and one action is not important. Certain great philosophy to be attributed to one aspect of action, and other aspects will be neglected. When all doors opened completely, when all doors disappear, it just becomes one free-flowing energy, then there is tremendous transformation in all actions of your life. So let me give you an analogy. You might have heard this word satram, where people go to pilgrimage and they all stay in satram, a lodge kind of thing. And the owner of the lodge knows perfectly well that many people come and many people go. No one is going to stay there forever. That has to be the attitude of the mind, and you are the owner of the satram, the lodge. Let all the thoughts come and make sure that you get rid of all the thoughts as quickly as possible. So a person who stays in the satram, after 3 days, owner respectfully says that it is time for you to go. Then he has to leave. Otherwise he will be thrown out of the satram. If at all he wants to come back, again he has to go out and come back. That's how the attitude of the thought should be. So whenever you pick up the violin to play, make sure that it is the first time you are picking up. Don't count the years, days and hours you spent with the violin. When a child looks at its mother, it is always the first time. When a dog looks at its owner, it is always the first time. When a flower blossoms on the peak of its stem, it is always the first time. In nature, there is no space and scope for the memory. Only human has it. That actually creating so many problems. When your mind is like satram, there is no possibility for any memories. No good memory, no bad memory, no memories at all. Because the origination of the prejudice lies in keeping memories in the mind. Make sure that there is no memorable incident in your life. Don't pay much attention to memories. Don't make your memory a smoke screen for your vision. Then you cannot see. The space, the invisible space of the mind has to be completely cleansed and cleaned all the time. The way you clean your room every day, the MCH people clean the streets every day. The way you clean your body every day. You have to give a bath to your mind every day. That is important. When you take bath, all the rust and dust vanish from your body. In the same way, you have to Give a bath to your mind. That giving bath to your mind is meditation. When you really understand this, by and by, three things will happen. To experience the enlightenment, the purest form of its mind and body and complex and the surroundings, the first and foremost thing is we have to get rid of the path or the guru. The second and the foremost thing is you have to get rid of the sadhana, the practice, the time you spend. And the third and most important, crucial and subtle, mysterious aspect of this particular dimension is you have to get rid of yourself. No memory about you, no memory about the process, and no memory about a person who has introduced a path to you. You have to get rid of all these three obstacles. But it is not easy because it is so appealing. Then this happens. All greater thans and less thans disappear from your mind. Only is equal to establishes. This is equal to, whenever I look at it, it resembles me of a pipe. You, whatsoever you meet with, first put is equal from your end between the two entities. Let the energy flow in the pipe without any prejudice. Then thinking by and by disappears. There is only action. Now you see that there is no gap between the thinking and the action. Then that is the purest form of mind. Then this idea that my life simply disappears. There is only living, which is eternal. Bala. When this happens, you see that the whole world, whole universe is just breathing incessantly. It is one breath. And the whole universe is working. It is one work. And the whole universe is living. It is one life. Bubala. It appears to be very simple. But if you think too much about it, it is not possible for you to understand. Listen. If at all you listen, just put into practice. Treat everything you meet the same. Cleaning the bathroom, playing the violin, holding an exhibition, meeting your girlfriend, cooking your food, writing a poem, going for a long walk, cleaning your car. All actions are one. Because the actor is one. He is not changing. When one's mind is totally understood, by and by, the discrepancies and differences in actions disappear. When there is a difference between actions, the actor becomes strengthened, reinforced. When all actions become one, the actor also disappears. That is how one gets rid of the mind. That is the enlightenment. That is true blossoming Bubala. Raso Vaisa Risa.